record this one and we'll make a start. Let's come to seated. Oh, we're really becoming proficient in seated. So, seated position. And while you get comfortable and while you find your mudra of choice, I'll leave it up to you this morning whether you want Anjali Mudra or whether you would like Dhyan Mudra, index finger and thumb touch. I'm telling you that we've put on an additional class on Thursday morning, 9:30 for half an hour, 9:30 till 10 o'clock. We had our first one yesterday. Bit of a short notice. We only decided the day before that this is what we're going to do every Thursday now for half an hour guided meditation. It's free. I mean, most of you are on your unlimited monthly online pass anyway. But if you're not, just dial in. Even if you don't want to be seen, you could just, listen to it while you work or while you're still in bed, perhaps. So finding some stillness in this seated position. I'm having Dhyan Mudra. I'm having my eyes closed. Feeling into your physical body. Yeah, that's a wild suggestion. So let's feel into our sit bones. Sit bones grounding down. There's a sense of gentle lifting at the front and a broadening and settling down at the back. Beautiful. Nice, starting to connect to your breath. What's the story of the breath this morning? How does it feel? How long it is it? How deep is it? Where can it be felt? Let your breath tell you a story, not your mind. It's not the breath. What's the breath telling you? What's your intention for your practice? So we're still under the influence of the new moon, as you know, that's finishing projects, starting something new, or just letting go, maybe of a habit. Nice. Thank yourself that you've made the commitment to come to class. And I know myself, sometimes such a slow start where you're just asked to check in with yourself can sometimes be irritating as much as it sometimes can be soothing. So notice just where you're at. And as you know, yoga practice just allows us to be comfortable in all ranges of preference, which is why we were able to adapt to this strange situation fairly well, with a sense of keeping our inner peace mostly intact. Let's keep the eyes closed. Let's bring our hands in prayer in front of the heart, and we'll bring us together as a group with a chant of an Om. Let's exhale together. Big inhale. Om. And then just open out into your ujjayi breath, your breath with sound, the sound of the ocean, where the breath is drawn to the back of the throat. And we feel that sensation in our throat. It does take effort. And we hear the sound, and eventually our whole practice becomes a moving meditation where we focus on lifting from our belly gently, the bandhas. We focus on our breath, the sound of ujjayi. And we have our drishti, our gazing point, to certain points relaxed. Nice. And I thought we start in seated, or we continue the practice in seated. So just starting to open your eyes, uncrossing the legs, or coming into a Paschimottanasana position and bringing the arms up. Inhale. Good, and exhale, dropping the shoulders down. Inner smile, outer smile. Beautiful. And then we're going gently. So this could be a little challenging if you are having a tender lower back, in which case you could bend your knees. Otherwise, we're going sideways. We're just going to, and then we're going forwards just a little, and then we come over to the other side, and then a gentle leaning back, which is when the belly is really engaging. So start in that circular motion, as if you had a purple block between your hands, and we go in one direction, and then we go into the other direction. So making sure your Paschimottanasana legs are strong and solid. Yes, so the movement comes out of your core. It's a forward bend, it's a side bend, a lateral bend, and a back bend. Good. And when you need to hold your breath, you're going a little too far with your circle. Let's change direction one more time. That's it, Kath. That's it, Jenny. Thanks for joining us this morning. And then slowly releasing. Come into Toblerone legs. And we're simply coming into cat and cow in our seated position. I can show you side on. So rounding the spine, sitting up, letting the head go back. Feel into yourself this morning. I can't assume everyone has been out walking or maybe even, yoga practicing at home. Now where's the point when you come here? Good. And then see if you could do this with your core strength without your hands. Yeah. So cat and cow in a seated position, just so that you also have ideas as to what could you do, like what could be a little new ritual before you get out of bed. Yes, but let's make it about the shoulders as well. So your shoulders draw forwards here on your rounded spine, and then they draw back on your concave spine. Oh yeah, let that be felt. Good, connecting breath with movement, and then slowly releasing. Good. Starting again in Toblerone position, bringing the hands behind, lifting the chest, and then we're starting to cycle with one leg. We've done this last night straight out of boat pose and with bridge pose. Yeah. So just, it could be a reversed tabletop, or it could be Toblerone legs, and then we cycle one leg. But see how my leg comes almost parallel to the floor? And then you draw that heel in and you bring the knee to the chest and then you straighten. So you could lean back a little, that's it. And then we cycle backwards, still on that one leg. That's it, that's it. Okay, if this is too easeful for you, pretend you could come onto fingertips. Pretend you could do this easily without the arms. You don't have to fully, but so the weight is not in your arms. Oh, and then release, let's do the other side. Yeah, lifting, the other side, the other leg. That's it. Good. Feel into your body. If you want to do a smaller circle, you go, oh, this is too much for my knee joint or for my quadriceps first thing in the morning if you're just falling out of bed. Let's make sure we change direction. Good, Kath. Let's make sure we sit in that back bend. So like this rather than rounding. Good. Yeah, fingertips if you feel the strength. And then for the ultimate experience, can we cycle with both legs? Oh, that might look a little funny. At the same time, or individually it's like, that's probably a walk in the park. How about together? There we go. Oh yeah. Changing direction, well done, Kath. Yeah, I'm warming up as well. And then releasing. Oh, that was good fun. Let's come to lying down. We will work more dynamically. Palms out. I'm just assuming you have space. Yeah, and taking the legs wide into, what's that? Upavista Konasana when we sit. So this, oh, nice one. Spine is flat. Come back into your Ujjayi breath. Turning to the toes outwards. We've been practicing this a fair bit lately. And I noticed changing my flexibility. Yeah, beautiful. Good. If you wanted to, you could come into Lego lift. So exhale, lifting the heels up to the ceiling and your sit bones straight up with your belly pushing into the mat, with the thighs engaged. Exhale, lifting. So be slow. Really feel what's going on here. Toilet muscle, pelvic floor lifts. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Shoulders are relaxed. And then slowly release. Knees to the chest. Exhale, Uttanasana. Forward to the knees. And inhale, curling out. We will come back to this posture in another way later on. Lifting up, curling, and releasing. Finding, if it's useful for you, a few rounds of roly-poly. This is a really good idea to do daily. You can hold underneath the shins. You can take the arms overhead, the legs overhead, coming into feet onto the floor, maybe coming into lifting up. Yeah, a little bit more. No one is watching. No one's got the time to, you know, scroll around. We're all busy with our practice. Good. Can we come into a squat? Yeah, nice, beautiful. Feeling into it. Good. Yep. If it's challenging, and it may well be, take the feet a little wider. That's it. Nice. You don't have to stay still this morning. Do you want to wiggle left and right? I'm just getting up, looking at a different screen. Sorry, ladies. Scrolling along. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then very slowly coming forward, let the hands come forward, toe heel the feet in, and we just come into a lazy Uttanasana. Just a little ragdoll position, walking the knees, one knee bend, one knee straight, and then just gently allowing yourself to hang forward, feeling into that first forward bend. The head is lower than the heart. Good. Toe heel your feet all the way together. We come into a gentle chair pose flow. So an intelligent way to warm up. So inhale, coming into chair pose, the arms forward. Good. And exhale through the knees, through the belly, straightening the legs, the arms to the side or overhead. Feel into your own rhythm. Notice if you could dig into the heels and have your toes relaxed. And really truly take the responsibility that you connect your breath with your movement. Maybe you want to come up higher each time. Maybe you can straighten the legs a little more. Yes, if it's more easeful for you, more useful to have the feet slightly apart, do that. Can we do two more rounds of chair pose flow? Marie, you right? Yeah. Yeah. Good. And then hanging forward, slowly drawing the belly in and slowly curling up. Nice. Vertebra by vertebra. Some tickle on my nose. Good. And then exhale at the top. Find your position for your sun salutations. What am I going to do? This way. Beautiful. Good. Tadasana. Thighs lifted. Let me see. That's it. So there's always energy down the fingertips. That's what I picked up sometimes in those online classes. Like, yeah, we'll just stand there. No, the shoulders drop. Yeah, there's energy in the fingertips. It's not rigid, but there is some connection to your physical body everywhere. Let's open the eyes. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, Surya Namaskara A. Exhale, come forward. Feel your thighs engaged. Look forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back downward facing dog. High plank, inhale. Let's do the first one on our knees. Knees come down, look over that cliff, elbows back to the hips. Slowly lower. Cobra, engage your buttocks, your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. You're welcome to step in. Absolutely. Shorten the distance a little. Breathe into your side ribs. Feel your whole torso with air. Upper arms roll outwards, so your triceps move in towards each other. Notice how that feels in your shoulder blades. That's it, Helen. Just feel into, both Helens, feeling into the shoulder blades along the spine, along the torso. Beautiful. Last exhale. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step, walk or jump forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way. Be slow in this. And then strong legs. You can bend your knees, come all the way up. Palms touch. There's a stretch. And exhale, release. Let's come into Samastiti prayer hands. I think I'll take one earthing out. That's it. So prayer hands come back into Ujjayi breath. It's absolutely normal and natural. And not just at the beginning of our yoga practice or yoga journey, that we make it, we're concerned about the physical feeling and the posture, and the breath goes to sleep. Let's always come back to breath. That's your main priority. And then inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Let me see. Exhale, come forward, Uttanasana. Nice. Halfway lift, spread the collarbones. Exhale, back down dog. High plank, inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Slow. Open up into your back bend when you're ready. And exhale into your downward facing dog for 1. Inner smile, outer smile for 2. Make this solid. Upper body leaning against lower body. They work in unison. They don't push each other over. They're a team. Ujjayi, upper arms rolling outwards. Palms of the hands like a gentle corkscrewing action, like wanting to open a jar. And 5, inhale onto the toes. Land lightly, lift up high, beautiful. Halfway lift, inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Strong legs come all the way up, inhale. All the way, and exhale to release. You hear me okay? There seems to be a delay. Nice. 3rd round. Focus on your breath. Let your breath lead you. Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, come forward. Nice, Hironi. Good. Halfway lift, inhale. Good, Jerry. Exhale, back down dog. High plank, inhale. Chaturanga of your choice. Knees or no knees. Feel it. Elbows back, shoulders back. Nice. Open up. Inhale. Brilliant. Exhale, downward facing dog. For 1. Lifting from your belly. Feel your whole side body with air. Breathe into your side ribs. For 2. Let me see. For 3, buttocks to the ceiling. Lift from your belly. For 4, enjoy what you're doing. Gratitude for the physical body. And 5, inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, land lightly. Come forward on your exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, look up. Exhale, fold nose to knees. Take your time in your Uttanasana and then come up. Reaching up, belly strong, releasing. 1 more round like this. Keep an even pace. Inhale, let's flow. Exhale, let's come forward. Beautiful. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale into your downward facing dog. High plank on your inhale. Your chaturanga is slow. You open up into your back bend. Inhale, shoulders back, Jerry. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Always welcome to step your feet in. Nothing wrong with that. Feeling the thighs rolling inwards. The buttocks spreading, the lower back opening. Beautiful. Let me see. I'm just going to go to a different screen. Lovely. Nice work. Yeah, I can tell, 3-4 times practice a week. It's awesome. Last exhale. Inhale onto the toes. Exhale, make your way forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And we're coming up all the way. No chair pose, just come up. Reach up. And exhale to release. Can you come back into prayer hands, Samastiti? Have your forearms parallel towards the floor. Settle your breath. Closing down the eyes if you can. So strong Ujjayi breath. Strong in a sense, you can hear it, you can feel it in your throat. The inhalation breath lifts the front, feeling the prana, that uplifting sensation. Exhale, down your back. There's a sense of broadening, bringing it down. It's that ebb and flow. It's continuous, it's soft. That's it. The flow is the yin, the sound is the yang. What's the story of your breath? Beautiful. Let's do sun salutation B, a chair pose and a warrior pose. Beautiful. Release the hands. Chair pose, Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Feel into it. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale back into your down dog. No fidgeting needed. High plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Knees are valid. Good. Open up into your cobra or your up dog. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel down, right leg steps between the hands into a warrior one. And we're just going to stay in our warrior one this morning a little, but we bring the hands down. Yeah, so let's work this a little. So your hips come forward, your chest faces forward. Good. Lunging in. Good. So there is no back bend. The spine is long. The tailbone, show you sideways, is tucked under. Yeah. So you feel you're lifting from your lower belly. And then from here, we could do anything with our upper body. But we won't. We'll interlace the hands behind the back, unless, Deborah, sort of, careful with the shoulders. Lift and lengthen, inhale, and then exhale, come forward into a humble warrior. I know we had that in a practice before since we've been online. Good. So there is There's an oxymoron here. You don't want to round your spine. It's a straight Hashimotonasana forward bend. Last exhale, inhale, the arms come up. Good. And now exhale, frame your foot, step back lightly from your core, downward facing dog. High plank, chaturanga. Slow, open up, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog for 1. Yes, we do the other side in another cycle. Beautiful. Downward facing dog, that solidity, that length. Can you feel length in the spine and broadness in the chest? Nice. Last exhale. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, walk, step or jump. Land lightly, come forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose to come up. Inhale. And we fold forward. Exhale, releasing. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back down dog. High plank, inhale, chaturanga. Here we go. Open up, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right heel in, left leg steps forward, this time into your warrior 1. Keeping the arms to the side. Yep, I'll show you from straight on. Good. So often gets forgotten a little. So this is that facing forward as opposed to warrior 2 to the side. Do you have your back thigh turned inwards and your buttock switched on? Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. And just enjoy the shoulders drop back without leaning into a back bend. Tuck your tailbone under. Interlace the hands behind. Nice, Helen. Good, Lisa. Maybe the other interlace. Lift and lengthen. And then coming forward. Let's be mindful. That straight leg, that bent leg, that front leg stays. And then coming forward to the inside. It's a straight Paschimottanasana spine. Yes, looking good. Stamina. If you can, lifting the arms off the back a little. Good, Helen. Last exhale, strong legs come up. We'll bring the arms up, inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, frame your foot, step back lightly from your core. Downward facing dog. High plank, inhale. Chaturanga. Low push-up position. Open up, cobra or your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog for 1. If that's a little strong for you, you can always come into tabletop, do a few cat and cow, or just rest. I go over to a different screen. Let's not lose focus. What's the story of your breath? Nice, and good, Cassandra. Upper arms rolling outwards or triceps in. Last exhale. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step, walk or jump. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. A chair pose to come up, and we stay in chair pose. Yep. So hands into the chest. We're going into a twist by removing the twist. So you can join me straight away or can have a little look first. So we exhale to one side and just tip that opposite elbow to the thigh. We come back to center and then we tip to the other side. And you turn your head as well. Yeah, center, exhale, twisting, center. You can tap your thumbs to the chest and then twisting. Let's do a few more. Yeah, rotate your head. We have a few shoulder and neck unwellnesses, I've been told, behind the scenes. So let's do something about it. Beautiful. Coming forward, hanging forward. Just a gentle Uttanasana. Very nice. Very nice. Good. Let's come out of this. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then strong legs come all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. No questions asked. Exhale to release. Beautiful. Let's come into Garudasana, the full Garudasana. Yeah. The arms up, inhale. Exhale, right arm underneath the left. Yeah. Garudasana arms. So if you just have the thumb, that's fine. Otherwise, palm of the hand. What have we got? Left on top. So we bring the right leg on top. Yeah. Bend both legs and then bring your right thigh on top of the left thigh. Hooking under, or maybe you have a fairy toe. Beautiful. But that's not it. That's fairly stable for everyone. We don't need to lean forward or sink down. So this is solid. Squeeze your thighs together. And then if you can, bring your elbows forward a little. So you bring your shoulders away from the spine, and then you let your exhale be your recoil. Yeah. So inhale away from the body. It's not a big movement. And exhale a recoil. We could do this standing, but it's a bit more fun in Garudasana. Yeah. That's it. Cassandra, that's for you. Good. Exhale forward, just like a little a rubber band. It's like, okay, I can't go any further forward. And then you recoil twice more. Good. Good. I feel if I move, you're going to fall out. And then exhale here. And then we untangle. We come up, inhale, releasing the legs, releasing the arms. Exhale. Oh, we're going to do something else in between the other side. Let's come to the Vinyasa flow again. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Oh, that feels so good. Exhale, coming forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Both legs back, downward facing dog. High plank, inhale, and we stay in high plank. Good. But we are going to do a dipping down between the shoulder blades. So let your sternum, your breastbone dip down, and notice your shoulder blades coming in towards the spine. And then with core strength and with arm strength, you lift up, and then you dip down again. Yeah. And if it's too strong on the feet, bring your knees down. Dipping. Retraction and protraction of your shoulder blades. So we feel the use of what we're doing. Beautiful. Coming back, downward facing dog. And we just come out and do Garudasana on the other side. Last exhale here, inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, come forward. Ujjayi breath, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way. And then strong legs come all the way up, inhale. And exhale now, the left arm underneath the right. How is that Garudasana going on this side? Sinking down, that's it. And then when you're ready, what's this now? Left on top of right. Yeah, feel into it. It doesn't matter what it looks like. When you're seeing yourself on the screen, it's sometimes a little tricky, isn't it? Beautiful. Good. Now, what I didn't say before, you can still come into the full expression, lifting the elbows and lifting the palms away, and do the rubber band thing. But the moment you strain your jaw, the moment you strain your neck, it's not useful. We could do shoulder opening all day. If you strain, nothing is gained. So feel into how that feels for you. Good. Nice, Cassandra. Good, Anne. Beautiful. A couple more. Is anyone else warming up? Was it just me? I need to turn the heater off. Good. Last exhale here, and then inhale, come up, and exhale, release. Beautiful. We go through Vinyasa again, and we collect ourselves in high plank. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, let it flow. Exhale, reach the spine wants length. It craves length. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back down dog. And then a high plank. And if you go, oh, Bettina, this is too shoulderish, bring your knees down. Yeah. Can we do the retraction and the protraction a few more times? Sinking down, lifting up, sinking down. Feel it in your shoulder blades. Rather than looking for, what am I supposed to do? Feel it. Good hand, and bring your knees down. Yeah. If we collapse, bring your knees down. Let's come back into child's pose. Beautiful. Feel the sensation where your shoulder blades are. I'm stepping out of sight. I'm just going to turn that heater off. What was I thinking? Heating. Okay. Where's your breath? What's the story of the breath? What's your breath telling you? Observe. As much as we observe, in our conversations these days through screen, mostly through screen, the state of our eyes, the state of whether our eyes are soft, whether our jaw is soft. Listen to the story of the breath. Brilliant. Good. I feel like just a little. Let's do that. Let's come into kneeling. I just like this bit. So if you need a blanket, a bolster, or not a bolster, blanket, sofa cushion, we're coming into that modified gate pose. So yeah, follow me. Let's all do it one side. Right leg is bent like this. Yep. Ring the bell. Get someone to bring your blanket if your knee needs support. And then there is a right angle. Yeah, I think most of you have done this with me before. Foot turned out. And we face forward. Yep. Can you feel tree pose in this? Yeah, this would be your tree pose. In standing, that's tree pose. So the hips open to the side. Excellent. And then we just lean into, we'll just come away from the shoulders a little. Leaning into that left knee here, like leaning in. And then it's just a recoil coming back up. But notice how I want that strength coming from the quadriceps. So dig into that heel. The heel takes the impact, so you're not skedaddling all the way here. And the heel pushes in, so you come back. But we're facing forward, so don't face your left knee. Good. And then, as you know, we're going to lift that a little. And we lessen the impact by switching on from the belly. And I know you know that we could do this into a star pose. That's it. So you may keep that knee bent. That gives you a bit more stability. Or you may want to straighten it and come into a real star pose. And I keep saying I should take a screenshot here. But who's got the time? That's it. So what's this? This is your inhale. Exhale coming out. Belly strong. Don't let the knee take the impact. Let's do 2 more. Maybe you can balance a little more. Yeah, this is good fun. Good hip opening. And then releasing. Let's come out, have a little wiggle. Now, wiggle is optional. Good. So this is quite important here. Your right ankle. Yeah. Feel tree pose. Like, oh yeah. Yeah. Bring that knee back. Stay facing forward. Opens the hip. I should not look on my monitor, I should look at my phone. And then slowly moving into this, but not just for the sake of it. Feel into it. Where is it for you today? Do you really feel it in your quadriceps? Is this massively hip opening for you? Or do you feel the hamstring switching on because of the leg? Because of you digging into the heel? And then when you're ready, inhale like a star pose, just a little lift, and over time, we can actually straighten the leg. Beautiful. Yeah. I think they should do this in PE. Nice. Cassandra, you're right. Not too excited about that. I can't see beyond your right arm. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, couple more with more balance. That's it, Helen. Switch on from your belly. Disco Helen, even though she doesn't have disco lights today. And then slowly releasing. Brilliant. We're coming out of kneeling. We're just coming into forward hero pose for a moment. Toes touch, knees wide, reaching forward. Brilliant. Upper arms rolling outwards. So this is like downward facing dog. Downward facing dog arm position. Beautiful. Come back into your Ujjayi breath. Perhaps coming into a few cat and cow with the head. Just notice where your head is at. And that is really useful if you now roll your upper arms outwards, so there is space for the neck. That's it. Can your buttocks and your heels come together? Beautiful. And then inhale coming up, exhale releasing, and we're just coming to seated. That's it. Good. We're going to come into Janu Sirsasana, a setup. It continues with neck and shoulders as well. Left leg straight, right leg bent. And before we come into the traditional variation, let's see if we can twist and face that bent leg, that right bent leg. Beautiful. Yeah. And then see if you could lean sideways, and maybe you can hold on to the foot, or maybe you just hold on to the straight leg. And then we're twisting, and we'll bring that right arm just up to the ceiling. And then we go sideways a little. And this will remind you a little of Trikonasana. Let me show you sideways, or front on for you. Yeah, this is reaching up. So the gap here is not actually collapsing between the left rib cage and the left thigh. It's a lifting up. And then if you wanted to, you can bring this elbow to the inside and reach overhead. I'm more interested in opening the right side of the torso than whether or not you can actually hold the foot. So the chest opens. Yes. Reaching. Beautiful. And then let your head look up to your upper thumb. Now, if that's not in your range this morning, look down into your knee, the left or the right knee. Feel into this. Nice. Good, Cassandra. So now we've got that angle with the top arm. Reach the arm back into the socket. Oh, beautiful. Don't collapse. You don't want to actually completely reduce the gap between the thigh and the left torso. Exhale here, inhale coming up. Good. And now we're facing forward, and now we come into the full Jhana Sukhasana expression. Exhale coming forward. Beautiful. So where do you hold? If you're very open, you can take the bind. If not, hold on to the foot or even the hands on the floor. Lift and lengthen. Inhale, exhale coming forward. Notice how that beautifully stretches out your left quadratus lumborum. Heart forward, shoulders back. So pull your shoulders back. Energy in your straight leg. Let me see. Beautiful. Few more breaths. Drishtis to the big toe, the left big toe, preferably. What's the story of the breath? Let me see another window. Here we go. Yes, good, good, Lisa. Last exhale here. And an inhale coming up. Exhale, release. Let's do the other side. Right leg straight, left leg bent. Yep, lift and lengthen. We're twisting to that left leg. Yeah, good. Just using that hand. I know often we use it as a lever, but this morning, could you reach your foot? And then you hold your foot and then you open the chest a little more. If not, hold on to the leg. I can't see everyone's legs. So from your camera angle, left arm up. So first feel into the Trikonasana idea here. Can you feel that? The chest is open, reaching up, the shoulders move away from each other. And then if you wanted to, you can come into that side bend here. Yeah, maybe the elbow comes to the inside, but stay open on the left side. And of course, we open much more on the right side. That's it, Lisa. Nice. So for neck opening, look up. Absolutely. Maybe the hand can reach over. Beautiful, but you don't want to collapse forward. Feel that stretch-like sensation. That's so good for QL. Nice, Helen. Good, Deborah. Yeah, I know it's a bit shoulderish this morning. Last exhale, and then inhale coming up. And then we face our straight leg, which is our right leg. Lift and lengthen, inhale, and coming into that beautiful forward fold. Jhana Sukhasana A. The Jhana is the knee, genou. Any French-speaking people? And the Sukha is the head. Yeah. Be where you're at. Let your breath tell you a story. And you know your focus energetically is inhale up the spine. Spine wants to stay long. I do a few different arm variations so you can see. Exhale into that heel and down the shoulders. Beautiful. Beautiful. Drishti is your big toe. Don't get sidetracked by what you see. Drishti is locked in. Last exhale, inhale to come up and exhale to release. Et voila, you guessed right. Didn't I say we're coming into this position again? So Upavista Konasana. You just have to find the space, flesh a bit out from underneath. And then to make it a little easier, let's bring the hands forward, at least as wide as the shoulders. Lift and lengthen, inhale, and then just aiming to come forward. And as we've discussed before in previous classes, so there is length between the hips and the ribs. So this bit lengthens, and it lengthens in your forward fold. It shortens if you do this. You know, if we get into a collapsing state throughout the day at some stage, that's fine. But you need to teach your body that this is length. And then the drishti is forward. Engage your thighs so your toes up to the ceiling, outwards. Where does this register for you this morning more? Sometimes it's more hamstring, sometimes more lower back, both inner thighs, of course, heart forward, shoulders back. Let this be a longer hold. Yeah, and you notice when the knees collapse, or the thighs collapse, not so good. Last exhale here. Inhale to look up, exhale to release. Let's have a little play. Just make sure you're kind of in a safe space behind you, because we're going to bend the knees and we're going to balance a little, and we either hold the big toe or we hold the outside edges of the foot. Yeah, and then we're seeing if we could straighten the legs and just sit in that position here. You can bend the knees and keep the spine long. So sideways, we're not collapsing. So it's not this, it's this. And if you can, if you're safe and stable, let the head go back. Beautiful. Yeah, so there is a working of the legs into the hands. The spine is long, looking good, what I can see. Beautiful. Very nice. Just stabilize yourself with the use of the core. Inhale here, exhale. Let's come into boat pose straight away. Half boat is fine. Core. Inner smile, outer smile. Yeah, everyone's favorite pose. Beautiful. For 3, for 2, for 1. Lolasana. Yep. Hands next to the buttocks. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Feet down. I know, we do this Saturdays. Lifting, down. Boat pose again. If you're challenged in your core, you bring your toes down. Otherwise, you can go half or even full. That's it. Nice, Hiromi. Good. Good. The chest comes to the thighs. Belly is engaged. For 3, for 2, for 1. 1 Lalasana in 2 variations. Inhale, lifting. Belly strong. Exhale, coming down. Feet down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Last set. Yeah, it has to be boat pose. Half is fine. Beautiful. Half lifts or full. Nice. Knees together if you can, Lisa. Good. Belly strong for 3, for 2, for 1. Last lift. Lolasana. Lifting up, coming down, feet down. Doing well. Let's lie down. Oh. However, let's come into the back bend. So let's come into butterfly position. Yeah, just a little bit of a back extension, the arms wide. Have a little snoozle, not for too long. Yeah, yeah. And then feel what's best for you. I'm just going to shuffle into a different screen. No, I can't see you lying down, so I'm going to check in with Kath and Jenny. So feel where it's best for you to have the feet. Where are your feet? Close to your buttocks or far away from your buttocks? What's comfortable, what's useful? And we do this a fair bit. So let's come back into lower back strengthening. If you can though, bring your feet a little closer to your buttocks. Let's come into froggy lifts. So exhale, aiming to flatten the spine, and then inhale, coming up with your hips. It's like feels a little like bridge pose. And then you lift into your highest position. If you haven't seen this, have a little look. So the knees stay as wide as possible. If that was, my hands were your feet, we open the soles of the feet like a book, and yet we lift high. Good. And then let this be registered. Let your buttocks relax a little, and let your back muscles take the strength. Ah, very nice. Good. And then inhale, exhale, slowly releasing, coming out. Apanasana, knees to the chest, exhale. Inhale, coming out. Brilliant. Let's come into bridge pose. Soles of the feet. Yep, we've been doing this lately a fair bit. I'll have a little look first. I'm asking you to come because the shoulders can be open this way as well. When we lift up into our bridge pose, we're then going to come into a rotation. So we rotate on our shoulder blades. So left palm to the right palm. Join me when you're ready. You can all find your bridge pose, highest position. And then rotating all the way from left to right, making that big half circle. Brilliant. Yeah. Go slow enough so you notice how this feels, how appropriate this is. If you feel, I like that movement, but it's a little harsh on your surface, you can bring a blanket underneath. So let the whole torso lift. Yeah, that's it, Jenny. That's it, Jenny. All the way. So you actually end up on the deltoid, and the other side is completely lifted. Can we do 2 more? Yeah, that strengthens. Yeah. Beautiful. And then slowly releasing. Brilliant. So we could do the twist with our lower body as well. In fact, let's do that. Lifting up into the twist. And then we just go into pretend windscreen wipers. So your knees, your hips go to one side. If you need a little look. So I'm at the right. So I'm on the outside edge of my right foot, inside edge of my left foot. I come back to center. There needs to be solidity in the belly. And I'm coming over to the other side. So the aim is not to come with the knees to the floor. The aim is just to feel this in your feet. Outside edge, inner edge, that's it. And in your back muscles. Beautiful. There can be a very gentle, slow flow. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. What's the story of your breath? And then slowly releasing. Let this sink in for a moment, because I want your body to decide which variation would you like to do one more time. If you don't want to do any variation, you could just come into a straight bridge pose and lift up with no lower body twist or upper body twist, but feel into it. You know, maybe you decide to do the challenging bit more, or maybe you go, oh, I'll do the easier bit more. So let me see when you're ready. Of course, rest is always an option, and so is just a straight, still bridge pose. However, non-rest is, of course, an option too. How's it going? Good, Jerry. Yeah, so the midsection stays lifted when we do the knee wiggles. That's the aim of building that stamina. Beautiful. Yep. Good, nice, Helen. And of course, when you had enough, your body goes, oh, let's have a snoozle. You have a snoozle. Snoozle. Good. Good. Have a little rest. Well done. Ah, bit of a plan fulfilled. Bit of wild things. Beautiful. Talking of which, how about we just come into full wheel pose? Yeah, I think so. Set up, and we just don't know. Don't come into thinking now. Let's just feel into it. It's been such a beautiful practice. Bend your knees again, bring your arms overhead. So fingertips pointing towards the shoulders, and the hands are as wide as your ears. Yeah, or wider actually than your ears. Yeah. Hands down, elbows in, exhale, flatten the spine, inhale, just lift your hips. You could just stay in this position, working the palms of the hands into the floor like a tripod setup, or you could push into the hands, push into the feet, and maybe come onto the top of the head, ta-da, or come all the way up. Let me see, nice, Helen. Beautiful, few more breaths wherever you're at. And then we feel all the way up, chin to chest, slowly coming out. That was lovely. Let's do a second set. Be kind to yourself. You could just stay in your bridge pose now, or simply working the setup, arms overhead, lifting the hips. Yeah, and then just staying on the top of the head. So maybe you've got a little shoulder sort of unwellness, and the weight on the shoulders is really good. Otherwise, push into the hands, push into the feet, maybe onto the top of the head, maybe all the way up. Maybe you've been up there for 10 breaths already. I'll between us talking. Breathing. Inner smile, outer smile. 2 more breaths perhaps. Chin to chest, slowly coming out. Releasing. And since we don't have Anita with us, we could safely hobble into happy baby pose. Can't do this with Anita unless she's got someone at home to stabilize her. Beautiful. So Anita's clinic goes back to work on Monday. So if you need some osteo kindness, beautiful. So happy baby pose. If you can't hold your feet, hold your shins or behind the knees. Also, Yogini Antonella, you breathe. He's actually offering homemade meals. If that's something that interests you, you can be in touch with me. She's having them ready for this afternoon. Pick up, drive through. Yeah, just helping each other out. And then slowly releasing a few roly-polies. That's it. And then coming to seated. And we finish with a Paschimottanasana, that whole series of back bends. Lift and lengthen, inhale, exhale. When you're ready, coming forward. Long spine, yeah, you know. Hold on to where you can. Oh yeah, just let the back bend sort of settle out of this. Yeah, slow forward bending. If you can hold your big toes. You can hold the outside edges of your feet, or even finding the bind. Oh, nice. Let's just stay there. Thighs rolling in. Big toes move away. Little toes comes towards you. Yes, stay in your Paschimottanasana. Gaze is to your big toe. Paschimottanasana. Finishing series here. I'm just slowing down. Notice where you feel this. The elbows can come into the legs here. Beautiful. Nice positions. 2 more exhalations. Quite a strong posture. Inhale to come up and exhale to release. Sit in a comfortable position. We'll just do a little shoulder opening. I like cross-legged. I'll stay side on so you can see. Opening our shoulder. So if you need a challenge, for me personally, sitting upright in a Baddha Konasana really switches on the core. So if you need a challenge, sit in your Baddha Konasana. Otherwise, cross-legged or even kneeling for our shoulder opening. The arms come forward like this. So the outside edges of the hands come together, palms open. That's your inhale. Exhale, backs of the hands. Tap it along the thymus here, along the sternum, and then open. Yeah, doing well. Inhale to open. You can close down your eyes. Exhale, backs of the hands together. Now the aim is also, keep moving, but the aim is also to not hunch the shoulders up. Drop the shoulders down. Nice. Good. Keeping an upright posture. Let the breath direct the speed of the movement. Nice. Good. And then releasing, and if you can, come into reverse namaste. Now, if you sit in butterfly, this is quite a challenge. Whoops, clicks. Good. If that's not possible, hold your elbows. Now come back to cross-legged. Lift and lengthen, inhale, then coming forward. Holding elbows or reverse namaste, yeah? Forward is lengthening though, yeah, as if you want to lead with your sternum. Long spine, beautiful. And then slowly you can let the head hang. Wherever that gets you is absolutely fine. Beautiful. Still drawing the belly in, still having ujjayi breath. Last exhale here, inhale to come up. And if you were to sit cross-legged, just change the cross. We're just going to go into an easy twist, or you can kneel, or you can do Baddha Konasana. Over to the left, so your right hand to the outside of the left, lift and lengthen, inhale, and exhale, twisting. Making sure that back shoulder is dropping. You may even hook it in to the opposite hip crease. Good. Good, so there's an opposing action. The inhale through the top of the head, and the exhale just ringing out, coming from the thoracic spine, twisting a little more without strain. Looking over your back shoulder. What's the story of your breath? And then inhale, coming forward, exhale, release. Maybe another leg variation. Maybe I'll kneel, and then we go over to the other side. That's it. Good. And again, the idea, it's tricky. Yeah, you don't have to see me. I'm just talking to you. It's tricky because shoulders want to naturally help, so they hunch up. Drop them down on your exhalation. Still let the inhalation feel lengthening at the front. Yeah, torso lengthens. And exhale, the twist is gently intensified, but not strained. You know, feeling engagement and straining there's a world of difference. I know you all know. How does that feel in the neck? How awesome. And then slowly coming forward. Brilliant. Let's come into headstand. Okay, we could all open up with a little rabbit's ears. Yeah, let's do that. Kneeling, interlace the hands, and maybe you could stay here. Maybe you go, I don't want to come onto the top of the head. Forehead is enough, arms overhead, or lifting onto the top of the head, arms overhead. And then assess and go, yeah, it's okay to have a bit of weight on my head. Yeah, you can come out, you can change the interlace and come up again. Beautiful. Releasing, and then let's go into headstand. Yeah. Unless you go, I'm going to do a rabbit's ears again, because that's enough for me this morning. Otherwise, let's do this together. Beautiful setup. No pressure to ever go further. Hold your upper arms. The indentation is telling you how wide your shoulders are. And then cover that indentation, spreading the fingers. That's it. Beautiful. Good, Helen. Both Helens on one screen. Yeah. Top of the head. Where is the top of the head? Ah, and the setup can be enough. So hardly any weight on your head. Elbows come in. It's still that corkscrew idea with the hands. This is still pushing down, sort of externally rotating. Yeah, you all know. Beautiful expressions. Nice. The neck is long. Maybe this is the first time you actually feel the length in the neck. Easy does it, everyone. I'm just switching screens. Good. You can go further. You can come out. As long as you don't bounce. Good, Anne. Our belly is strong. Where are we at? Nice. Good, Hiromi. Yeah. Any position is useful. Good, good. Nice. And then slowly releasing. Let's come into just a few breaths here in your child's pose with your forehead relaxing either onto the floor or onto the palms. Nice. That's it. And let's come back into Ujjayi breath. Nearly there. I'm just going to write down who was there. And just feel into, could you listen? Could you be present? Could you stay present today to the story of your breath? Yeah, that's probably quite important to have your own practice, or even take that off the mat and go, where am I at here in my day? What's happening? What's the story of the breath? Befriend your breath. Just a few more breaths. You're welcome to come back into Ujjayi breath. Just making sure. Good. Also, did you practice with that sense of ahimsa, that sense of non-violence? So that non-straining, that working within what your body can give you, assertively, you know, not hanging back. Yep, brilliant. Okay, let's come up. Let's come to seated. Well done. If you ever have questions, comments, you can either, you know, stay back or come up in a little earlier. 5 minutes to 7 minutes to 10 minutes to. Coming to seated. Any which way you like. Nice. And this morning we will bring the hands in mudra of knowledge, Gyan Mudra. Yeah, palms facing up is very invigorating. Palms facing down, more grounding. You're tucking the chin under and finding that length, and especially that length between your rib cage and your hips. That beautiful broadening length. Chin tucked under. Let's come into a few rounds of buzzing breathing. Now, we'll do a couple of rounds together, and I'll be still so you don't have to listen to my buzzing. You know, you'll hear yourself. The idea is to have a gentle inhale and a gentle exhale, and just let the vibration happen rather than so much the sound. Yeah, so like this. Feel more for the feeling rather than the sound of the breath. We'll do a couple together. Let's exhale. Big inhale. So try and continue, find your own rhythm. And yes, there is sound, and yes, you hear sound, but see if you can invite the feeling sense in, the feeling vibration. That's it, just a few rounds on your own. That's called bhramari pranayama, a buzzing breath. Nice, a gentle, soft rhythm. So loudness is not so important, but feeling it. Beautiful. A few more rounds longer if you can. But of course, you can always stop if you need to. Beautiful. And then slowly releasing the sound. Feeling into the sensation of the buzzing breath. And as always, just honoring the experience for what it is. That was your practice this morning. It was perfect for you. Good. In a moment's time, we chant an Om in our closing chant. And then there's the invitation to take Shavasana with the group. But of course, if you have to leave, that's understandable. Let's bring the hands in prayer here. Good. Just taking a moment now to actually acknowledge the fact that you've made the effort to come to practice and you have invited in those additional energies that you find in a home practice, a different surface, maybe people in the house, pets. Yeah, you've given them space as well. So let's chant an Om to close our practice. Let's exhale. Big inhale. Lokaha, lokaha, samastaha, samastaha, sukhino bhavantu, sukhino bhavantu. Together. Lokaha, samastaha, Sukhino bhavantu. Beautiful. Just bowing the head forward and just letting that chant and the Om resonate. To let all beings everywhere be happy and free, and you know that always includes ourselves as well. Now bowing of the head forward, our indication for our wish to merge our intellect with our heart, the logic and the feeling. They want to have that harmony, that harmonious dance together. Let's bow all the way forward. Namaste. Namaste. And thank you. Just slowly folding out into your Shavasana. Yeah, I'm assuming you take Shavasana with me. If you do have to leave, it's fully respected. I'd like to say thank you for practicing with me and with the group today. I hope I'll see you again behind the screen soon. Otherwise, find your comfort in your Shavasana. And even if you have to go, I hope that you will not skip Shavasana altogether. Just a couple of minutes. Beautiful. I will turn my recording off.